so loud, so forceful, that it forced a governor to do something he did not want to do. He did not want to do it. He got so frustrated, he thought, right, I'll make sure that they'll feel sorry for this man. I'll have him whipped so badly, they'll say enough is enough. In fact, he might even die. Got the soldiers. These whips. Do you know what they were like? Have you ever seen The Passion of Christ? It is a film. Quite realistic. Leather stripes. Lead balls. Two sewn in. A tooth filed into a hook sewn in to the leather, so that when the whip, you get the thud of the two metal balls, and you get the hook going into the flesh. And when they felt the hook going into the flesh, as they hit the flesh on his back, they would pull it and rip his flesh open. It was like a ploughman ploughing a field after they'd finished. He should have died by the whipping he'd get, but Yeshua survived it because he was the most fittest man you could ever imagine. Oh yes. So if you ever wondered who the culprits were who got Yeshua hung upon a tree, there was money changers. That's the ones. I can see them right now. The same guys with the same ugly faces, shouting, "Kill him!" Jews with faces like, you've no idea, looking at you. So this is Nisan the 14th. This is the date when Yeshua was in a room. He'd sent his disciples to prepare the room for Passover. So the disciples came and they went in to prepare the room. They needed to have some lamps to light the place up. So the lamps were set about. The food was placed, and the bread and everything in the tablecloths, and the water to wipe. So it was all stonework, remember, all around. There was no electricity. It was getting dark, and it was dark. They were celebrating the Passover, as all Jews do. So they're enjoying themselves. I'm going to show you in a minute. They were enjoying themselves. A group of them talking about all the things that's happened during the last 3 years, all the experiences they've had, and I'm going to show you what I've done here. When I created this here, I put in a story of what I would say I remember. Well, I remember the events and what was happening before this celebration. began. So they were celebrating the Passover. Now listen, you have to get into the vibe of this. I want to try and transport you back to the night, nisan the 14th. Right? Remember, the day begins night, then day. So it starts. So let's have a look. I'm going to show you something, right? I'm going to try and get you into the vibe. What was going on before the Passover, before the, you could say, the memorial of what was going to happen with the bread and the wine, yeah? So, just watch this and I'll show you. Let me just show you. Now, just imagine you're there. Okay, just imagine you're there. You're looking at all these individuals. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Okay, you see that? Can you see them all? Just imagine an opening up here and the full moon shining through the lattices. Yeah, can you imagine that? It's all dark. Yeah. Let me just put the light out. Let's see if I can get it. Is that any better? Okay, let's have a look. Just imagine you're there on that night. The wine's flowing. They're all telling each other's stories. There's jokes going on. They're full of wine. They're full of wine. They're absolutely having a great time. A great time. Aren't you, lads? Huh? Yeah. Having a great time. So, they're a bit inebriated, I'm afraid. At this point they are. Yeah. Can you see yourself there? On this beautiful night? Yeah. Okay. Now what you'll see is, let me show you, is these three here are having a good old chat. This guy here, I remember, he's trying to get his attention because this guy here he said something which he's saying, hey, did you hear what he just said there? Did you hear what he just said there? He's paying attention and he's comforting because of something he's just said. He's just said something. He said, no. So he's comforting, right? He seems to get something, what's just been said. This guy's looking at these three here. This guy here. He's looking at this one. This guy here, he's got his hand on there. They're not fucking gay, no, come on. You know why they're doing that? Because he's a young one and he's worried about something that's just been said. And he's saying, hey mate, don't worry. And these two are oblivious as to what's going on. He's paying attention, this guy. This one, he's paying attention. This one. Oh, yes. So, these are paying attention. He's paying attention. Now, do you get the vibe? He's just going to say something. Remember, this has been playing out. They've had the celebration. Yeah, Passover. They're quite drunk, sleepy, and something's about to be said. So let's stop it there, and I'm going to read an ancient text to show you what happens next. So did you get the vibe? Did you get the feel? Yeah. These are great mates, you know. These are absolutely brilliant mates. Loyal brothers would die for each other. Oh yes. Yeah. Can you guess which one Peter is? Can you guess which one John is? Yeah? What about Andrew? Can you see him? Can you see yourself there? Is Mary Magdalene there? She's there in the background. Oh yes. She's there in the background. Mary Abai is in the background. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now, let me put this back. And I'm going to read to you. If you're still here. Are you still there? Oh, I hope so. I know one person here. Not you, sweetheart. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to take off my coat. Just excuse me. Just, when you sit down, you know it's I got my suit on again. You know why? Because it's a special occasion. I said I wouldn't wear it again, but hey, man. And I'll leave that there. I'm going to show you something here. Next. Okay. Let me sort myself out. Oh, what's up there? Oh, what the? Oh, what's happened here? I don't know what's happened here. What's that? I've turned that over. AI does what it wants sometimes. I haven't even touched it and it was on another page. I'll prepare this. Now, Mary or bye. I know you're not here, sweetheart. But you said to me, make sure you have a drink for me as well. It's not a lot of wine. No. It's not. You should have seen what these were drinking. Skins. Full skins of wine. Oh, yes, man. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Now then, let me just read this to you. Which one first? I'll just read this one. I'll read this one. This is the story, and this is how it went. I will probably stop on occasions as I'm reading this. Are you there? Are you still there? Excuse me. This is from an ancient text. I've been eating some of this. Give us hiccups. Then Judas, who would betray him, said, "Surely not I, will I?" Jesus said, "You've said it." While they were eating, Jesus looked. I have to read this. Jesus took. Let me read this again. Different Bibles say different things, but I know what was said. I should just say what I know what was said, but I'll read this. "Surely not I, will I?" Jesus answered, "You have said it yourself." While they were eating, as I said, it was celebrating the Passover. While they were eating, halfway through it, or nearly the end, you could say, it was near the end, something surprising was going to happen. They didn't know. Oh no, they didn't know this. It was sprung upon them. He just suddenly went, hold on, lads. Whoa. Listen. While they were eating, they were still eating the Passover. Jesus took bread, spoke a blessing, and broke it, and gave it to the disciples, saying, "Take and eat. Take and eat it." While they were eating, he said, "Take, eat." Hey, brother. Andrew. Yeah. Take it. Take it. Take it. Eat it. So they were all eating the bread. I made this myself. Exactly the way the Jews make it. Unleavened bread. Oh, and it's gorgeous. This is the way it was. This was the way it was. This kind of bread. Not bought from the shop now. There's no salt, there's nothing, it's just flour. And it's nice. Mary, boy. My sweet lady. Take it. Eat. She's not here. But you said, please do it for us. So I will. Excuse me. It was the only way to shut these up. Even when they're stuffing their faces. And these love food. Love food. Even when they were stuffing their faces. Anyway. I'll put that there. That wine. Oh, it's beautiful wine. It's very grapey. Which I left it standing for quite a while because it lets all the gases out. Straight from bowl. If you let wine stand, it'll turn into a really good quality wine if you leave it for a while in the warmth. Oh yes, that's all though, because the bottles hold the gases in, you see. Yeah. Right, let me just carry on. Are you still there? I know what is. Remember, this is a celebration. And Yeshua, he didn't introduce it in a formal way like a Jewish, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way, you got to do it that way, you got to do it that way, like in the temples, and you got to do it that way. He just sprung it upon them. He just came out with it. He just stopped everything. Eat some bread, eat some bread, eat some bread. Let's carry on. Jesus took bread, spoke a blessing, and broke it. Of course, as he was giving them it, he was speaking a blessing upon it. Brother, enjoy this. Remember this. Remember that. Remember that. And your brother, and he would bless them by what he said. It's not recorded, but that's the way he blessed them with the bread. So he spoke a blessing and broke it and gave it to the disciples. He gave it to the disciples, saying, take and eat. This is my body. He's full of illustrations. Oh, to these here, what does he mean? What does he mean? This is my body. What does he mean? They haven't got the full picture yet. Remember, if you've got an understanding, these have got none of that yet. Right? You've got to put yourselves in their mind. Jesus hasn't been killed, nothing at all. They've only got the Tanakh. That's all they've got. Yeah? And of course the Torah as well. But that's all they've got. So you've got to get into their minds. Let us carry on. Then he took the cup. So it was a cup, not a glass. Not a glass. It was a cup. I used to have a silver cup, but it was somehow stealthily taken away from us. Beautiful silver cup. Sterling silver. But hey, I got a glass one. It's alright. Then he took the cup, gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, drink from it. Drink from it. Drink from this. Drink from this. This one. All of you. All of you. There's enough for all of you. Drink from this. Peter, take it. All of you take it. Now, remember, you have taken yourself back in history. And now, the same is being offered to you. Take it. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Very, very fruity. I'll have red lips now, do I? I don't give a So, this is what happened. Remember, they'd already had a drink. They were already a bit tipsy. But this is after that. He's introducing something. Listen carefully. Because it fits in exactly with the date of the Passover. Remember what happened at Passover, the blood? And the littles? Oh, is there something going to happen? The little lamb being killed and the blood put on the doorposts. Aha. So that the angel would pass by. Remember, there was somebody who fucking hated. Somebody who killed the firstborns. So they're going to get the same back. We'll get your firstborn. We'll get your firstborn. Will it happen? Will it happen? Let me take you back to a verse that's very similar in Matthew 26, verse 29. This is what Yeshua said. Remember, it's all illustrations. It's not the real blood. It's not the real blood of a lamb. But it would be. In a allegory type of way. Yeah. This is what Yeshua said. Got this. Anyway, like this. He said this. This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. For the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink of this fruit of the vine, the fruit of the vine, from now on until that day when I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom. In my Father's kingdom. Yeshua said this. From now on until the day when I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom. My Father's kingdom, as in the first century, has arrived. Where is it? They say